Hi everybody. So today I'm going to try to make tea light holders. What it is I have. Let me spin you around here so you can see it. So I made a charcuterie board and I have some drops. And instead of wasting this drop, I think I'm going to make some octagon tea light holders to hold we got two types. These are battery type and then actual candle type. But I'm gonna do for the battery for right now because the hole, I'm making a 2-inch hole instead of the 1.5 inches. So what I got going on here is an easel. I made the template, which this program is easy to use once you figure it out, but it's still lacking. I feel like, let me get over here and show you. So I feel like whenever of course you can make this circle, that's easy, make it whatever size you want, but like on this octagon, you when you put it in the generator, you got to go into the generator. It's an app for it instead of just taking a shape, unless you can do that, I don't know. Take the shape and make it an octagon. But I did it with the app generator, which is right here. And then I went in here and I think it was this generator here. So I put 4 and then you put the radius on the sides, blah, blah, blah. And then you import it and it makes it. So my thing is, I wish you had a way to measure this better. Like just to be able to measure in between here. And I know I centered it and everything. So that's one thing about this program I feel like it's lacking. The ease of measuring stuff and all that. So, okay, I set it up for pine. So I'm going to do it on hardwood, but for right now, for this, I'm going to do a practice one on pine. So I put in the measurements that I'm going to use on the hardwood, made it so I'll be able to cut 2 of them out of that piece of scrap. So, and then I put on the scrap on this one, on this pine, it's the thickness 0.723. Then whenever I imported these in, at first it didn't have the tabs. So I had to figure out, there's a button right here, it says use tabs, you click it, and then you can put the tabs that you want. So here's the length and here's the height of your tabs. So that way, whenever you cut this piece out, it doesn't wobble in there and end up breaking your bit. So we got that set, and then set the depth, I'm only going down a 1/4 of an inch just to see how it does, because the actual material I'm going to use is a little bit over a 1/2 inch, so I'm going to go halfway down in it. Now with the tea light candles, I'm going to probably go the hole so it's almost flush, just a little bit. That way it won't show the silver part as much. But anyways, long story short. So like I said, we're back to, I'm going to, instead of messing up the good scrap, I'm going to practice on a piece of pine. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I feel like it is. So I'm hoping, I probably should use tape to hold this down, but I'm going to go ahead and just use the dog clips that come with it, and you can see I've cut them before. So I don't know, once again, how close I am to the edge. So I just feel like that's some of the stuff that would really be a lot more help in this program. So, but anyway, so we're going to set up, I do have a dust collection for it, but I'm probably not going to use it. Go ahead and let this cut out. I'm using let me see what bit I'm using. So So we go to the bits. I'm using the fishtail downcut spiral. I found that downcut bit on stuff, especially on pine, because pine's kind of stringy, so it makes it a cleaner cut because it's like cutting down, to where I use an upcut bit on that pine and then it leaves it real like hairy. So anyway, so let's get this going and see how it comes out. Let's see what the it says that it's going to take 24 minutes to cut both of these out. So let's go to hit carve, depth's right, material is secured, yes. Change bit to the downcut spiral, bits confirm. I'm manually using this corner as my starting position, so you hit use new position, raise bit. We're going to skip the dust collection, turn it on, turn it on, let's see what happens. And I'm using the easel's recommended speeds for this, so you can go in there manually. If I feel like I could cut it out a little faster after I do it on the hardwood, then I'll set it to manual and make it a little bit faster, a little bit deeper. Like right now, I can see being pine, you should be able to cut a little bit deeper than that quicker. So that's gonna take up a lot of time. Still only says like 22 minutes or so. So let's see how it comes out. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other shop vac over here so I can kind of suck up. Yeah, see the depth. I don't know if you can see that real good, but it's not taking much. Let's see what it's taking on the depth. Yeah, 0.32 on the depth whenever it's cutting. So you could probably speed that up to, I know I did it like when I was doing the light boxes, to 0.050, and that would really make a difference. I think the speed's good. think I better move that. Okay. All right. And then once again, on the software, you hit the green saying that it was a good cut. And it was only doing the 0.03 in the depth. We could have sped that up by going a little bit deeper, but that's all right. Okay. So let's take it off and let's look at it, see what it looks like. It almost went through. So a little sand will take care of that. All I did was sand it down a little bit so it would expose a little bit easier to cut out. So now we'll take the knife and we'll go around, see how it cuts all that out. Just got to finish sanding it, cleaning it up. There we go. It's not bad, huh? So I think the file's pretty good for doing it with the walnut. So I'm going to end up, I'm going to cut out as many as I can on this. So this will be a good guide to figure out how many I can actually get. But then trying to organize that in easel, that's kind of where I feel like easel lacks. If you wanted to stack it like another program, I might be able to get it closer or figure out something. But in easel, I would waste. I could probably get an extra, one out of each one of those, but we'll see. So after you get it all cleaned up, see, glad I checked that. Now I need to make these a little bit bigger. They won't fit in there. So I made it where it was a pretty tight tolerance. So we're gonna have to cut it out a little, make that hole. That's why I did this on the pine, so I can see if I have all my settings right. So I'm actually gonna have to make this just a little bit bigger. But you get the idea. So I hope that helps you out if you plan on trying to do anything like this. It's always good to use scrap wood and cut first and then see how it all comes out. But well, we got it cut out. So I made the adjustment. Remember, these were a little, I did these 2 inches exactly, and it was a little too tight. So I moved it to 2.125. And then we cut out the first 2, so there they are. And that's out of that scrap piece right there. So they came out pretty good, I think. So we're gonna cut a third one. This is what I thought about doing. I was trying to figure out how I was gonna get as much as I could off of this. So what I came up with, so you see this little blue dot right here? To see where I wanted it, I used this piece that we cut out, and I'm gonna keep this as a template to be able to cut these out of scraps. So I just put this up here, and on the X-Carve, I put that as the starting corner of my material. So what I did is I just put it up here and seen where I wanted to cut it, and then I put a mark there. And I use this straight edge right here to make it right here. So to make it square with the table for the machine. So we're gonna set this one up, and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. And I don't know if anybody else does that or not. Sorry about that. We gotta put you in the holder here. I don't know if anybody else does that or not, because like I said, I'm new. I'm still learning the program. And so I don't know how to actually make, you know, like in that program, you got a starting point center or corners, top corner, bottom corner, or center of workpiece. So I guess I could like find the center of that, but I figure this is a little bit easier. Let me show you. So I got this piece here that I want to cut one more out of. So what I did is I laid out where I think I want it to go, where it looks good. So I can get one right there. So I just transferred the center, the corner of the start to here. So now I got a starting point on this piece of scrap. So then you make this edge square with your grid, and then we'll just put her down. Put one there. Have to move this one. So like there. And we're cutting up here, so we don't want to put nothing there. We don't want nothing there. So really and truly, we might need to move this down so I can use some more ties down here. I need to start doing the tape method. There's a lot of guys that use that, and that way you don't have to deal with these. So let's bring it down to here. Let's say about right there. Maybe we can get 3 tie downs on this here. So put this one here. Do it out here. Well, it needs to be on here, so let's use that there. think that'll work. That should hold it. Definitely need to try the tape method. I do that on the charcuterie boards. Yeah, so it'll be all right there because it won't hit that one there. But I like that so I can see where I'm cutting. So that, to me, that's a pretty good deal. So, okay, so we get that back over here. Now let me show you what we got to do since we're only cutting one on here. Let me show you what we got to do for this. So, I think you can actually copy this in another setting somehow. Like it'll be a different, let me see if I can figure that out. So that's there. So I thought you could have another window down here, and you might be able to. I'm just, like I said, I'm still new to this. So, but what we can do, so we know we want to cut this one out because it was the closest, that's our starting point. So we don't want this one to cut out. So I did some research and they say the best way to do that is you just put an image over it. Like so. And then you set this cut to 0. So if you do that, see now it's only going to cut this one out. So to me, that's kind of like, I don't know, without, taking it off and deleting it, which I don't want to delete it because I plan on using this file again, because then I'd have to relay it out. Now, I know there was on some of my other ones, which I don't know why this one doesn't have it, but let's say like some of my other stuff that I've cut out. Let's try like this one here. Nope, I thought it had extra windows down there. Why is it not showing up like that? Let's try a different one. Do it on this. Let's see. There's got to be a way. I remember it somehow that it had other windows down here, so you could actually like duplicate it. Maybe that's what you got to do. You got to. Let's see. Edit. Projects, publish, no. I don't know. I'm still learning this program too. I've been doing a lot of research, but anyway, so we got this all ready. So we know we're set up on our coordinates over there. So let me get you moved back over and then we'll get this set up. And I am going to use the dust collection this time because it helps cut down on the mess. So let me move you back over here. Okay, so we got to get it set up. So let's get down to our all right. Okay, it's pretty good right there. go. So we got it set up on our blue mark there, and that's our starting point. So that's what we want. Now, then what I always do is I click to 1 inch. I raise it up 1 inch like that, so I can put the dust collection on there. And then I push 1 inch back down, and it puts it back where it needs to be. So. And this is another thing I don't like, is you gotta be real careful, because putting this on, you can end up moving it off a little bit, which something like this, it isn't real critical, but you know, I've even turned it on and bumped it over before. I mean, it's just, I don't know, but it's all part of learning. It's gonna get a little loud. Push 1 to move it back down in place, and then we'll be ready to start. Sorry for the noise. I'll get back with you when it gets done. You really can't see what it's cutting anyways. But I just wanted to show you how to set that up. I'll get back with you in a minute. Okay, we got it cut out. So I got to raise it up. We unclamp it. See, so that works out pretty good, huh? Start right there and then cut that out. I'm gonna have to sand it a little bit. It's almost all the way through, but I have to do the sander again and then cut it out. But anyways, so I'll get back with y'all in a little bit. Let me get it sanded. Okay, I hit it with the sander and exposed it. Now, I tried to cut this with the knife, but this hardwood, it's kind of hard to cut. So what I did is I put a little cutting wheel, let me see, there you go, on my Dremel, and that worked out better. You just gotta be careful. Make sure you don't let it blow up and hit you in the face. There we go. Now all we gotta do is just hand sand it, and took that scrap wood and turned it into three candle holders. So let's sand it real quick. And I got 3, because this is already sanded from doing the cutting board and everything. So I just using a block sander and just hitting those tabs right there and then cleaning up the edges. So give me a minute. Well, I'll let you look, kind of see what it's going to look like. So that's not bad for making it out of scrap. So, but anyway, so I just wanted to show y'all that, to be able to make something out of scrap, and hopefully you get some use out of it and do it yourself. But okay, I just wanted to show everybody. So, you know, I had that box over this to make it to where it wouldn't cut it. So I just deleted the box and got it back. And remember, I was saying that there was a bar down here. Well, I figured it out. You got to click on this little arrow right here. See, I knew it had it. So then what you do is you can, on this little arrow in the corner, and then you can duplicate it. So that's what I did. So when I duplicated the other one, then I set those for the actual tea candle size. So now they're gonna be for these. So I'm gonna cut out 3 of those. So now on this file in Etsy, I hope it saves, but I'll have one for the battery flameless tea lights, and then the real tea lights. So I'm gonna get to that, but that's gonna be all. This video is gonna get kind of long, so I know it's, you know, probably pretty basic for a lot of people that's used to using the X-Carve, but I'm new at it, so it's all new to me. So I was just trying to put some stuff out there as I learn it. Maybe it'll help somebody else, maybe it won't, who knows.